Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me today on my YouTube channel. Today I've got a really precious little Thanksgiving card. It's a little 3x3 Thanksgiving card using the Painted Autumn Designer Series paper and the lots of labels. Oh, excuse me, how about Labels to Love stamp set? You can find the Designer Series paper along with the stamp set in our holiday catalog. So I thought that I would show this to you. It's just a super sweet card using some fun colors. This is our copper foil. I'm actually going to change up this leaf. I'm going to try something a little bit different on camera, and y'all can let me know which one you like better. I thought this leaf may be just a little too large, so I'm going to try something else, and like I said, comment below which version you like better. But why don't we get started? The first thing you're going to need to do is to grab a piece of early espresso cardstock. I've cut this down to 3x6. How about 3x6? And we're going to score this at 3 inches using our Simply Scored scoring tool. So score that at 3 inches. That makes the 3x3 card. And if you look on page 44 of our holiday catalog, you'll see the 3x3 envelopes that we now carry, so that you have a sweet little envelope to be able to put your Give Thanks card in. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is to cut a piece of the Painted Autumn Designer Series paper. I've cut this 3 inches by 1 3/4. And as a reminder, you can always head on over to iStampin.com, look for today's blog post, and you will be able to download a project instruction sheet that has all of the directions on how to make this card, along with all of the products that I've used. So I make it super easy for you. Has a nice big picture of the project so that you can print it out, and then you can save that if you have a binder or something like that. So hopefully that instruction sheet is really useful. Now I'm going to probably, let's see, I'm going to leave about 1/4 of an inch showing at the bottom, and I'm using my guidelines to help me make sure that I've got that straight. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is just to get a piece of Pool Party cardstock, and we're going to be using the Everday label punch. Now this is a new punch that you can find in our holiday catalog, excuse me. If you look on page 12, this actually coordinates with the Merry Little Labels stamp set. So you can see the punch right here, Everyday label. But if you decide that you like this stamp set, you can purchase the stamp set and the punch as a bundle. And when you do that, you can find the bundle right here. You save 10%. But if you don't, then you can just purchase this by itself. And I'm just going to punch that out, and then we'll use that in just a second. The next thing you're going to do is just grab a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to actually just cut this in half. And I am going to use my Mini Misty because I'm going to be doing some two-tone stamping, and this is just going to make it a lot easier for me. And I'm also going to do some masking. So if this is a new technique for you, don't be afraid. It's really easy, and I think it will give you the wow factor that you're looking for. I'm going to be using this Give Thanks stamp, so I'm just going to place it right there. Pick that up. Now the two colors of ink are Early Espresso and Lemon Lime Twist, and I've gotten these colors from the Painted Autumn Designer Series paper. And as a reminder, this paper is part of our paper sale, so all month long, when you buy 3 packs of Designer Series paper, you're able to choose one for free, and it's select collections. I'll have that information listed below on my blog so that you can find out which collections those are. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some masking. I'm going to just cover up the little laurels with this Post-it note tape on the top and the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my early espresso ink and ink up the center part where it says give thanks. Now when you do masking, the most important thing that you do, besides not getting ink on where you don't want ink to be, but is to remove these little post-its, that little paper, because if you don't, then it will transfer to your project and you won't be happy. You'll have to start over. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ink that up again. That's the great thing about this tool, is that if I feel like I didn't get a dark enough impression, I can just come back in and ink up my stamp, and it will be in the perfect spot. And it's a little crooked, but I'm not concerned about that because we're going to be punching it out with a circle punch in just a second. Okay, remove the paper. Okay, that's a lot better. All right, now what you want to do is to clean off your stamp, get all that early espresso ink off. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and just cover up this part of the stamp. And come in with our lemon lime twist and just get the top part of that laurel and stamp it. Looks great. And now we can just come and cover up this part and stamp. And I love using multiple colors on my stamps like this. Just think it adds a lot to it, and doing this masking is just a really simple technique. So if you haven't tried this before, definitely give it a shot. I think you'll like it. And there we go. Okay, so what we're going to use to punch this out is our 1.5 inch circle punch. So I'm just going to place that in the center. That looks good. And just punch that out. And then what I'm going to do now is put that on top of our everyday label punch that we used, that we punched out in Pool Party. I'm going to go ahead and pop that up on Dimensionals. And that's just going to go right there. I just love these colors together. They're just so, it's just so fresh to me. Just makes me so happy. I don't know what it is about the brown and the green and the blue. Just puts a smile on my face. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is take our linen thread, and I call where the bends are like a segment. So what I did is I counted 3 sections. So right there. And then I just folded it in half. And then I cut it again. So now I have 2 strands of our linen thread that are the same length. And now I'm going to tie a bow. So it's going to be a double bow. I wanted it to be just a little bit, have a little bit more weight to it than just a single strand of our linen thread, and doubling it up like this just makes it so pretty. So when you pull, just make sure you're pulling both of the strands at the same time. So it's going to look something like that, and that's just going to go at the top of that label. So let me just grab my glue dots. And I'll just grab one and I'll just kind of roll it to get it a little bit smaller. And that's going to go just right about there. And then I'm just going to mush the knot into that glue dot. So it's going to look like that. And then I'll just cut the tails over here. There we go. And that's going to go on the card like that. But the final thing that I want to do is, where's my sample card? Here on my sample card, you can see I die cut out of our copper foil paper the leaf from our seasonal layers Thinlits. But I thought that was a little too big. So I went through the Thinlits that I have, and I found in my Rose Garden Thinlits this little stem here. So I'm going to try this in the copper foil, and I'm going to see how that looks. I think I'm going to like this a little bit better. So you're just going to use some copper foil, like I said. Just lay that right on top and then die cut this on your Big Shot. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to need to cut this down. So let's see here. Let's trim off this. Yeah, I think that's going to look a lot better. All right, so let me go ahead and use glue dots again, and I'll use that to attach this die cut. And I'm only going to put glue dots down at the bottom. Let's see here. And then I think, let's see. I think I'm going to trim this piece off. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that a lot better. It's a little bit more delicate. Isn't as large as the other one. All right, and then I'm going to pop this up on Dimensionals as well. And so I just kind of put this at an angle. And there you have it. Just a simple little thank you card, and you can see the original one where I used the larger leaf. So you can tell me which one you like better. It's not going to hurt my feelings. So I hope you liked today's project. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you head on over to my blog, istampin.com, and that's where you can download the project instruction sheet, like I said, as well as sign up for my iStampin newsletter. I've got the 12 weeks of Christmas going on, so we are on week 2. So if you have not received the first 2 weeks, then be sure that you get subscribed so that you can start getting weeks 3 through 12 the rest of the time. The newsletters come out every Wednesday. But that was using the Labels to Love stamp set along with the Painted Autumn Designer Series paper, and I will have the information below about our buy 3 Designer Series paper collections, get one free. Yeah, that's going through the all month long in the month of October. And if you have any questions, just be sure to comment below. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.